everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's episode of Dye Time I'm going to be dyeing this new to me fibre. Here I have about 12-ish grams of pearl. Now I've got no idea how this was made. It's from the Curious collection from well, the little sample I've got is from the Curious collection from World of Wool. I split the sample into two, so I've got half of the sample here spun up already that I'm going to dye, and the other half I'm going to dye and then spin. It is such a soft fibre. It's really, really lovely. It kind of feels a bit like cotton wool, I think. But it's lovely. It hasn't quite got the shimmer and shine that some do, but it's so soft. And amazingly, it's not that hairy. When I spun up this bobbin, I wasn't left covered in fibre. Whereas some of these other ones that I have done, Himalayan nettle really sticks in my mind, that I was just covered in hair from this. So now I'm going to go and pre-soak this in some soda ash and water while I decide what colours I'm going to use. This pearl fibre has been sitting in soda ash and water for probably about a month now. I set it up and then it was half term and life gets busy. This is Mermaid's Dream, a solution of Mermaid's Dream. It's fibre active dye from Dyer. I didn't want to use this one, but I had a little bit of dye left on my fingers. I didn't realise. So I managed to transfer a bit of that onto this fibre annoyingly, but I can go with it. And this one is sweet pea that I'm using there, and I'm going to use a little bit of scarlet. This one's just going to be a bit of a mix of colours, which is always fun. And I'm going to carefully massage it through. I don't want to felt this fibre. Just knocked over my tripod. It's very precariously balanced. Right, I'm just using the towel just to dry my hands off before I go and massage in the next bit. Yeah, that's looking good. And now I am going to go into some dry dye powder, I think. Put my mask back on. I have 5 colours out, and I'm just debating which ones to use. I think, well, I've used 3 colours here. I may as well use the other colours that I have out. So first of all, this is New Emerald Green that I'm sprinkling on there. Oops. I was about to say just the tiniest amount, and then I drop a huge chunk over there. That's New Emerald Green. And now I'm going to wash my hands, make sure they're completely dry before I go into the next dye. Just in the time it's taken me to wash and dry my hands, you can see that New Emerald Green has spread out a lot. Now this one is Dances with Raisins. It's a lovely colour, but it's one that I haven't really used much. So that's pretty. And now I'm going to very, very carefully flip this. Just, there we go. And I'm going to go into this again. Oops. Just with the same hand that I did before. Big old clump there, not what I wanted. I don't think I'm going to need to put any more of that New Emerald Green there. Just going to check, but I think that New Emerald Green, it does spread out a lot, so hopefully, oh no, it hasn't really spread out there. Let's just carefully flip that pink. Fibre's quite compact there, so dry my hands again, and I'm going to sprinkle the tiniest amount, well, no,
That's not a tiny amount, that's a whole load. I really need to get a handle on this dye, on this speckling. I think one of my biggest problems when it comes to speckling is that because I've got these gloves on, I can't really feel anything. You can see the tips of the gloves just aren't quite the tips of my fingers. So I need to come up with a better way to speckle. And now I'm just adding a little bit more of this sweet pea, just to make sure we got it all the way through. There we go. Get some of that extra dye that's just sitting there. I really hope that green and red don't muddy too much. But this should be a fun piece of fibre to spin up once it's ready. Now, because this is a plant-based fibre, just like with cotton, it needs time rather than heat to set. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll come and wash this in a couple of days. This pearl fibre has been sitting here for a couple of days, for 2 days, and now let's gently unravel this and wash it. There's quite a bit of dye on the cling film, and I'm expecting there to be a fair bit of runoff, because that's what happens with fibre reactive dyes and plant-based fibres. And yeah, there is runoff, and I did use the blues, reds, and that new emerald green are bleeders. They are big bleeders. So you can see quite a lot of colour has come out of that. This is just cold, soapy water. I don't know if you can felt plant-based fibres in the same way that you can felt animal-based fibres, but because this is unspun, and I don't know, I'm just being really gentle. But you can already see, if I lift this up, it's now the reds that are coming out. So most of that blue must have come out already, which is great. The best way I've found to wash plant-based fibres is to just let them soak in some water, and then I change the water every hour or couple of hours, and until the water is completely clear, or as clear as I can get it. And that takes a lot of pressure out of the washing, and I'm not standing here washing for hours. This is already looking pretty good. It's the reds and pinks now. Yeah. And I'm not too worried about this fibre, the water being completely clear, because I will be spinning it, and then when you set the spin, you need to soak it in water again. So there will be another wash for this. But for now, I'm just going to transfer this to another pot I've got ready with cold soapy water. There we go, and I'm just going to let this sit and soak, and then change the water every few hours.
And here is the finished pearl fibre. Now this fibre has fluffed up quite a lot. I haven't fluffed this at all. I'm used to fabrics sort of compacting on themselves and you needing to sort of pull them apart like this in order to sort of fluff it up a bit, but I haven't with this. This fibre is a sort of hot mess of colours, but they haven't blended, they've not muddied, and I think they look really lovely together. And I'm now debating, how am I going to spin this? I think I'm going to just sort of pull it apart like that and then have all 4 colours on each bit that I spin, rather than trying to separate it by colours. I'm not sure. I'm going to go spin this now, once I've decided how I'm going to separate it, and then we'll be back with the final yarn. And here is my pearl fibre spun into yarn. Now when I spun this, I didn't separate the colours, I just divided it in half, and so each strand of fibre that I was spinning had all 5 colours on. And so that has created this sort of messy, fun, non-repeating colourway, which I love. So here we've got some greens that have spun together, and here it's sort of more the pink and green. You've got pink and blue, red and green. All the colours are just mixed together, and it's fun and messy, and I love it. I love how all these colours work together. There are some bits like here where the colours did overlap for a little bit, but those places are quite rare. Oh, there's a pink bit there, which the colours are together. But this is fun and unpredictable and I don't think I'd be able to make it exactly the same again. But this whole process has been so much fun and such a learning curve, and I now have yarn made of pearl, which is crazy to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I have enjoyed making it. I have loved every step of the way, from preparing this fibre to dyeing it and spinning it to finally having this crazy skein of yarn that is made of pearl, which is equally as crazy. And this fibre is so soft and so silky and soft, and I absolutely love it. Let me know what you think of this yarn in the comments. I publish a new video every Monday, usually around about 6 p.m. UK time. And I'm hoping to do more experiments with unusual plant-based fibres in the future. So make sure you've got notifications turned on so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you so much for watching.